Hi everyone. So we'll continue memorizing from the book of Hebrews. Yesterday we memorized Hebrews chapter 4 verse 8. So today we are going to memorize Hebrews chapter 4 verse 9. Again it's a very short verse and there is nothing much to reflect. So it is a very short reflection. I'll read that first. Hebrews chapter 4 verse 9. So then there remains a Sabbath rest for the people of God. So then there remains a Sabbath rest for the people of God. So I'll read 8 and 9 together. For if Joshua had given them rest, God would not speak later of another day. So then there remains a Sabbath rest for the people of God. So the Sabbath rest mentioned here is the eternal rest that God has promised. The Sabbath that we observe on the seventh day, or the rest that Joshua had given the Israelite people, those two actually prefigures the eternal rest that God has promised, right? So God completed his creation in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rested. So as a memorial of that, he established the covenant with the Israelite people. He established the Sabbath day with the Israelite people. He finished his creation, he finished his work in 6 days, and seventh day he rested. So he has set an example for us, right? So we also have 6 days to work, and on the seventh day we should spend time with God. We should take rest. So that is how God has planned, and if God has given that as a commandment, it is good for us, and he has set an example also, right? So when we follow Sabbath, we should follow this. This should be our motto: work is holy, love is holier, right? So we have 6 days to work. In these 6 days, we should work very hard because work is holy. But on the seventh day, we should dedicate that day to God. We should dedicate that time to our family. We should dedicate that time to love others, right? Because love is holier. Work is holy, love is holier. So seventh day, we should love ourselves, we should love God, we should love our family, we should love our neighbors, right? So that is how we should observe Sabbath. When we observe Sabbath, we should have that love in us, right? It shouldn't be any mere external observance, right? Israel people were doing it very strictly, but it was a mere external observance. They were not charitable to their neighbors. They didn't have the true love within them. That is why Jesus was calling them hypocrites. There is no point in observing the Sabbath like that. When we observe, it should be in the true sense, right? We should have that love within us. We should love our God. We should love the family that he has given us. We should love our neighbors. We should have that true love and charity within us. Then only that observing that Sabbath is meaningful, right? Otherwise, it will be a mere external observance, right? So we should observe Sabbath. We should keep that in a very holy way. We should spend time with God. We should meditate on him. We should dedicate some time to our family and to our friends and to our neighbors. And it shouldn't be a mere external observance. So that is how we should observe Sabbath. And that Sabbath is a symbol of our eternal rest, right? So 6 days we are working and then we are entering the eternal rest. So God finished his work in 6 days. He finished his creation in 6 days, and seventh day he rested. Same way, he had given us some work here. We will finish that work. We'll finish that work faithfully, and then we'll enter into that eternal rest. That is the true Sabbath rest, right? So other two rests are symbols, or it prefigures this true rest. So with this, I'll conclude today's meditation. It's a short verse. So then, Hebrews chapter 4 verse 9. So then there remains a Sabbath rest for the people of God. Thank you. God bless you all.